The Productivity Project was written by Chris Bailey, and the author spent an entire year trying out multiple techniques, tactics on how best to manage his time, attention, and energy in order to become more productive. And he was able to distill his learnings into this book, The Productivity Project. And as usual, I have my five key takeaways, starting with the first key takeaway: three factors that affect your productivity: time, energy, and attention. So the first one, it goes without saying, how can you properly maximize the use of your time? Some people do it by scheduling their week in advance, blocking out schedule for workout, blocking out schedule for important meetings, and so on and so forth. The second one is energy, right? Some people are more alive and energetic at night, while the others are more energetic in the morning. So it's about aligning or finding out where you find your most energetic uh, time in the day and doing your focused work during that time. And the third one is attention. So given the age of social media, we're easily distracted by a lot of social media notifications or even our coworkers doing small chit chat. So how can you block yourself from all of these distractions so that you could give 100% undivided attention to the focused work that you're doing? So having a clear grasp of these three factors that affect your productivity, it can instantly boost your results and the productivity and your outcomes that you're able to produce. First key takeaway. The second key takeaway is, in order for you to have a more sustainable way of implementing these techniques, it also needs to start with a strong why, right? So understand and ask yourself, why do you want to be more productive, right? If you're more productive, you're able to do more at a shorter span of time. So imagine if you had 2 extra hours a day, how would you spend that? So some people may perhaps pursue their hobby of painting, some would learn a new skill such as stock trading, or some would even spend those 2 hours, additional 2 hours, spending time with their kids and family. So if you have a strong why, it's a more compelling or stronger reason for you to stick to the course and actually try to be more productive and void yourself from distraction, right? So the third key takeaway is the rule of three. So the concept here is starting with the end in mind. So rather than doing random things on a weekly, daily basis, right? You have to have a clear understanding of what you want to achieve a year down the line, right? And then breaking it down or working backwards to your specific goal. So, what are the three things that you want to accomplish within the year? And then ask yourself backwards, in order to achieve that, what are the three things you need to do within the next month in order to achieve your year goal? And then next is ask yourself, what are the three things you need to do with the week? And lastly is, what are the three things you can do within a day span in order to align to your 1 year goal? So again, it's all tied to your end in mind, right? And identifying three core things that are high impact activities that will really move the needle, bring you closer to achieving your end goal in mind. And at the same time, specificity is key, meaning it's very important for you to indicate when you want to achieve it, where do you plan to do it, where do you plan to maybe focus and whatnot, how, and then lastly is, why is it important? Again, having a clear detail on each of the activities, your tasks, it increases the chances of you actually being able to achieve it. The fourth key takeaway is, not all tasks are created equal. Focus on the high impact tasks, the hit. So a lot of people simply do, a laundry list of activities they need to do without really prioritizing what activities actually move the needle or bring me closer to my end goal in mind. So the challenge really is, how can you prioritize? So based on the book, the best way to prioritize is, first, make a list of everything you are responsible for or you feel that are important to help you achieve your end goal in mind, right? Make a list of that. Next is you analyze that list to understand if you were only given one task, if you only had to do one thing in that list, what item would help you accomplish the most in the same span of time? So having this, repeating this process on the second and third list, you're able to come out with those three activities you plan to do for the day, for the week, for the month, and for the year. So asking these critical questions, these tough questions on what are your tasks that you will really prioritize on, can really accelerate your results, right? And I know a lot of us focus on the quick and easy tasks that actually, have give us that sense of accomplishment. When in fact, what's more important is really focused on the outcome. What tasks would help me achieve more results, given the same span of time that I'm able to do. So again, it's prioritizing your list and focusing on your high impact tasks. And lastly is how much does your time cost? So not maybe I personally haven't done this yet after prior to reading this book, but it really gives you a clear understanding on how best to allocate your time, right? So for example, if your annual salary is $100,000, you divide it by 12 months, your monthly salary is $8,300. You divide it by 20 for 20 working days, you earn $417 dollars a day. If you divide that by per hour, that's $17 an hour. The reason why that's important is having a clear understanding of how much your time costs. It gives you uh, a basis on whether or not you are to outsource the specific task to a different person, or are you going to do it yourself, right? For example, there are routinary tasks such as laundry, cooking, cleaning the house and dishes and so on. If it takes you 3 hours a day, for example, you automatically compute how much money you're actually using, the dollar figure you're actually using, if as compared to if you simply outsource that or hired a laundry service or a cleaning service to do that specific task. It frees you up with time, so you could focus more on high impact activities. So again, it's a great exercise to do to figure out how much does your hourly wage cost, and it's a gauging stick whether or not should I outsource it or should I do it myself, right? Especially the repetitive tasks. If it's within if it costs, lower than your hourly wage, it's highly recommended that you outsource it. So again, those are my five key takeaways. I like the book. A lot of actionable items, definitely. And if you like my summary, please feel free to go to youtube.com, search Paulo Balinas. And I've been doing this for like 3 years now. I have a lot of book summaries there. If you want to learn how I read one book a week, go on, check the link below. There's a free 30-day trial for Audible. It's an audiobook version from Amazon where you can download a lot of books. And I also have the link there specific to the audiobook of the Productivity Project. So with that, thank you and see you again next Sunday. Have a great evening. Bye.